Okay, and we're back. So we have a caller. Caller, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so just say your name and what area code are you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I'm calling from New Jersey, 201.
Oh, okay. Jersey in the house. Okay.
Jersey.
So she wanted to talk to Kizomba NYC. So they're listening. They're here. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
This question is for the ladies. Kizomba is a very it's becoming very popular, and as much as the dance looks very easy, it's a very hard dance to, I would say, master. And I think one of the difficulties comes with being able to follow your leader. So what advice would you give to someone that's learning, or someone that's already taken a few lessons and that's looking to enhance their skills as far as following is concerned? Advice that I'm looking for is something that you probably wouldn't be able to get from taking a class. Just like maybe some of the tips that you guys, or some of the tricks that you guys use.
That's a good question.
On the spot.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this because I learned Kizomba with Kizomba NYC. That that was like maybe 2 years ago that I took a cycle with you guys. So the hardest part is letting the man lead you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's a good question. Like, what would you because when I was learning and you guys kept saying let the guy lead, let the guy lead. So it's not always that easy.
It's
Why
really
not?
hard to submit. It's really hard to submit, and when it comes to dance, it's you have to know your role, and your role is to follow and to allow your partner.
Well, damn.
And to allow your partner to lead you. But when it comes to techniques, as the caller mentioned, it has to do with your posture, being able to know your body position, know your posture, proper hold. All of that plays into how you're going to follow and the ability to do so. So,
does that answer your question?
Yes, that helps. That helps.
And what I like to do is, if all else fails, just close your eyes, because then you don't have no choice. But to follow.
Well, I agree, but sometimes it doesn't work for everyone. But for me, I want to say also, knowing the steps, it's all fun. But when it comes to following, keep in mind that you are reacting to your leader's information that he's feeding you. Therefore, as Jessica mentioned, having a great posture and all is very important. And of course, be completely submissive to your leader. Easier said than done, but
yes, submissive.
Yeah, Greg likes that. Well, thank you so much for calling. Okay, stay tuned and we're going to talk a little bit more about it, all right?
Nice.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I had a question for Phil. I guess the same question, but the reverse.
Oh, okay.
The reverse?
Well, I wanted to know, what tips you can give the ladies, as far as following, that would help them in their journey into mastering the dance.
I think more than anything, more than being submissive, is to be self-confident, right? And to be more, and to be relaxed as much as you can within yourself, and know enough that you know your basic movements, right? Once you know your basic movement, then it increases confidence, and you understand your role. Each person has a role. You can't have two people on doing the exact same thing. You're headbutting.
So play your position. Okay. Basically, is what he's trying to say, is play your position. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for calling. Just stay tuned in, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's a good point you guys brought up, because I found myself when going to an event, and what happened was they had 2 rooms.
What happened?
What happened was they had 2 rooms, and they had like the I don't want to say the Haitian room, but just like the comfort in your own skin, the compa, the mixture. That was that room, and then they had like the exclusive. Go down the sideway, upstairs corner, Kizomba room. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
the dark hallway.
I was like, yo, let's go check this out. You know, you might have some, you know, maybe let's go look. So me and my partner, we go in there. So I'm like, and I see all different types of people, all different types of nationalities. So that's what we're like, oh wow. So it's not just. So that's what I was like, oh wow, it's very international. You know, diverse. Oh, that's the better word, diverse. So I'm like, okay. So I see people, you know, going in doing a dance. So I'm sitting here now. I'm dressed like I know what I'm doing, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm just standing there, just chilling, you know, sipping my drink, and then finally, I'm like, damn, I can't even ask somebody to dance. I'm like, Steph, I don't think it's gonna work. So this girl comes up to me and she's a little taller than me. She said, hey, you wanna dance? And I was like, shit. I was like, all right, cool. So then I did like the first move that like he taught me. It was like a quick starter move. Yeah, so I started doing that, and then I kind of threw a little compa in there and came back. And after a while, she kind of was like, okay, you obviously don't. She didn't say it, but she's like, you obviously don't. You know.
Did she give you this face?
No, but she kept going. She kept going with it, and after a while, I was like, I mean, I'm gonna just go get a job. I'll be back. I just walked out that room and never came back. So I guess, because I mean, let's keep it real. Like, there's people, including myself, will be at an event and we see a couple next to us, you know, doing the Kizomba.
Thank you.
Can we get the class for that? He pronounced it properly.
So they go in and they're doing the Kizomba, and then you like show off, you know? You're like, hey, yo, really? Like, so then you walk across the opposite end of the dance floor. So I guess I guess you're right when you have to know the basics, because I'm thinking this is just entwining of the legs, 1, 2, 3, dip. But it's not. I see some dips. But I guess I definitely have.
Me just by saying dip.
I have a whole new respect for the dance.
And I'm glad you said that, because I have to say this. The first time that I saw Kizomba was I was in Florida. And there was a performance. It was Annie and I believe, was it you, Phil? Or was
maybe it was.
No, it was
me, Phil, and
Joel.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first time, and I was
By the way, let me say this. It was not a performance.
That was the
demo. Okay, sorry.
We get that all the time. It was
impromptu.
We did not.
Yeah, but I saw that and I was like mesmerized. I was like, I couldn't keep my eyes off. I was like, okay, I gotta learn this. I gotta find out. So then I started asking questions. When we got back to New York, I found the class and everything. So that's how I kind of fell into it, because I just was, I fell in love with it. And it's very sexy. Now, all right, I'm going to say this because a lot of people like to make these little comments. And it's not, it's a very sensual dance, but it's not, I remember when I took, the class, we were advised it's not like a pelvis to pelvis thing. It's not an opportunity for men.
I'm just saying,
Greg, it's not what you think it is. And everybody's like, oh, that's easy. That's it, and it really irks my nerves when people say that, because it really is not as easy as it looks. Because the basics, now for the females, you really need to know how to move, and it takes some time because you have to get comfortable.
Right.
And if you're not comfortable in your own skin and your own, sensuality, it's not like, okay, don't look at it. Every man you dance with is not your man, but you still have to have a form of, like, some sort of, well, you have to be able to, like you said, follow, and that was the hardest part for me. I couldn't do it. I was like, oh, so now I gotta let the guy control. But at the end of the day, if the guy does not control you, it's not gonna look right. Or it's
on the
just
dance floor.
On the dance floor.
Right.
Greg, on the dance floor.
I think there's a big misrepresentation of Kizomba. Like you said, the pelvic to pelvic, it has nothing to do with that. And a lot of people just go by visual, and what may appears to be is not usually what it is
Right.
on the dance floor or in dance in general.
Right.
It's just an illusion of what it actually is. And then the other part to this is, I think, with YouTube, a lot of people are mistaking Kizomba with Tarashinha.
Wait.
Okay, wait. Wait. They gotta explain.
Big word, no word. She said that
Wait, I have to shout out.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to Pat. He's doing this. Pat was AKA drill sergeant because he was my instructor, and he used to stop to keep the compa leg. Stop the compa leg. You know, like he used to
ask him where he got that from.
Yeah, he used to like drill that into my. But he was a great teacher. So shout out to
Pat
you,
the boy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yes.
So repeat that.
Oh, hold on. I gotta give a shout out. Shout out to Peter Pan on IET.
Peter Pan.
I did not like that school, just so you know. I went there too, but oh well.
Yeah, so the Tarashina, she was explaining
how there's a misrepresentation of what actual Kizomba is in comparison to what most people see on YouTube, which is Tarashinha.
Okay.
And you see how I say Tarashinha.
Now, can you or any one of you just tell the people where Kizomba comes from? Because I did my research. I know that it's, from Angola, but, it's African, it stems from Africa for the most part. But, just kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
Okay, so Kizomba.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil,
Sorry,
take that one. We have a caller. Hold on.
You ever see somebody that doesn't win an Oscar?
Caller. Yacradio, hello.
Yes, I just have a question.
Okay, can we get a name and an area code? You sounded kind of serious.
I got a question.
I'm gonna hide behind just.
This is Clay calling from the 310 area code.
Hey,
What up,
Clay, what's
What up,
going
Clay?
on?
Hey, Clay.
Good, man.
Chilling, bro.
Yeah, man. That Kizomba thing, right? If there was no feeling involved, just like they're saying, why dance with their eyes closed?
Didn't you hear earlier? Okay, so you probably didn't hear earlier.
I heard what you guys saying, but you're saying you gotta be comfortable within your own skin. But if there was no feeling involved, why are you dancing with your eyes closed? Because it's a sensation you gotta feel, right?
Okay, so we're gonna let Kizomba Nyc
You gotta
answer.
be comfortable with. So if it was just some dude off the street smell funky, you can't keep your eyes closed, leaning all on them like that. For real.
Bruh, yeah. Now you gotta.
That would make it that easy. But what I think it's a misinterpretation here again. When it comes to what we're saying by submitting to your partner and being able to follow, and sometimes as you mentioned, you can close your eyes and it'll make it a little bit easy. Some people would even say, "Oh, take a shot." Before when you go out, you want to have fun. You do whatever is going to take you to bring you to that mode so you can have a good time, relax, or whatever have you. For some people, it doesn't work. For me personally, it doesn't work. Now, what you're referring to in terms of the feeling, when you're saying that Kizomba has to do with feeling, that has absolutely nothing to do with who you're dancing and whatever have you. That strictly has to do with your own sensation, your own lust, if you will, into the music. If you're not losing yourself in the music, there's not going to be any sensation. I don't care how good looking the guy is, how well he smells, it doesn't work.
Phil has something to say.
You just said it. You said you have to relax. You got to be able to relax. It's somebody you got to be comfortable with. In order for you to really feel the music, that passion that you're looking for, because it got to be a partner that you're comfortable with. That's why your eyes is closed and you get that person is feeling.
Wait, let Phil, let the man.
That music coming. Once you start feeling that sensation from the music, what happened? You get more comfortable. You get more relaxed. So and to me, you guys I just feel what you guys are saying, it doesn't really make sense because there'll be sensation sensation involved, no matter how you look.
Well, what kind of sensation are you talking about? Yeah, let's clarify.
No, that's what I wanted to say.
If I'm dancing with somebody, like, I'm not feeling the music, like, right? And they're like, no, or like, if I'm feeling the music and the partner is not the right partner, you mean to tell me I'm gonna continue dancing? Like, no, if I don't feel the partner that I'm dancing with, you can be feeling the music all you want. If you and that person don't click on that dance floor, like, no, it don't matter. You're gonna be like, you know what? Like, no, I need to find me a new partner.
Okay, we're gonna have Phil address the question.
So, just to answer your question, as a male or the leader, you can create any type of scenario. You can make any woman, as you so choose, please fall in love right in you on the dance floor. Now the thing
Let him
is,
finish. Let him finish.
now the thing is, hold on. Now the thing
You don't even
is,
have to go any further.
Clay, wait, let him finish. Let him
You
finish.
make that woman do whatever you want her to do on that dance floor. You just answered my question. Thank you guys. You guys have a lovely evening.
Okay, all right. Thanks for calling. Okay. All right. You know what?
Drops the
Okay.
hands up the
Play.
phone.
Thanks for calling.
Bars,
But okay, so
bars.
now I gotta, because we would have been on the phone.
Bars.
Like we were saying, a lot of people do not understand.
Wait a minute. Got another caller.
Okay, we have another call. Hold on.
Hello.
Yacradio. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's
I'm calling in reference to that person.
Wait, who's calling?
Who's calling?
Hello.
Yeah, I was listening and I totally disagree with that person. He doesn't sound like he knew what he was talking about.
Wait.
Wait. Okay.
wow.
So why
So wait, let her explain.
explain.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, he just called, he made a statement, and he didn't even wait for the response, and he hung up. The one thing, just by listening on the whole, call and everything, and what was discussed before, being able to feel the music and closing your eyes is not saying that you're necessarily feeling a sensation. It's meant for you to be able to follow your partner. You're closing your eyes because if you have your eyes open, then you'll be more conscious and you'll probably be more prone to,
Right.
not letting go and, allowing your partner to lead you. And feeling the music and the guy being able to take you wherever he wants to take you doesn't necessarily mean that you need to feel quote-unquote sensation, because I think the sensation that he was talking about
Yes.
That's what
Definitely.
he was alluding to.
Okay.
And I think that's why a lot of guys are gravitate to Kizomba, because they think it's Tarasinya. Which, they see the hips moving, they see the undulations and everything, and they're like, yeah, I want to do this, I can do this, and then they just, grab a girl, and then, they pound their back, and, find they're like hurting, and, it wasn't very enjoyable for the female. Like, most guys that dance like that, it's not an enjoyable feeling, versus someone that's actually doing the actual basic steps in Kizomba, where you're still feeling the music and you're having a good time. You have your eyes closed, and you're not necessarily feeling a sexual sensation, and you're still, feeling the music. So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much, and just stay tuned in. And hopefully, we're not gonna have a battle all night. And but I'm gonna
no more
speak
questions for me.
Thanks for calling. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. So now here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say this because we're all everybody in the room is West Indian, some culture.
Yeah.
So now it's the same thing. Okay, when you're dancing reggae, okay, it's not necessarily that you want everybody grinding up on you or whatever the case is. You're not always gonna have a sensation. Soca's a different type of dancing. Everybody, it's like more fast paced. So it doesn't mean necessarily that there's gonna be a sensation. If the caller was listening to what I said, I mentioned that me personally, I close my eyes because first of all, yes, I love music and I'm into the music. It has really nothing to do with my partner. No, I don't want to go to bed with them. No, I don't want to jump on them. It's just, I might look like I'm in a moment, but it's really, that's not what it is. It's the music, and I'm trying to focus on, the movement, and you don't want to look sloppy. You want to kind of look like you know what you're doing, and only people who really don't understand the dance is that's why we get that. So that's why I wanted you guys to come up, because when you guys were training me, I remember, with the undulation, she was saying, okay, when people don't know what that means exactly, but it's just like a body movement. You want to explain to them what that is? Motion? Yeah, like kind of like a snake motion. So the female has to know how to move her body. You cannot be stiff. So it looks very sexy. It's a sexy dance. It does look sexy, but it doesn't mean that you're grinding on anybody. We're not feeling nothing extra, like because you're not attached to that like it's not a pelvic thing. You're not attached that way. So even though it looks that way, it's an illusion. This
is amazing, because I thought I had an idea of what Kizomba was, and now I'm realizing how much I don't know about it.
So Annie wants to
I want to say something. If you're not feeling a song, why dance it?
Exactly.
If you're not feeling a song, I'm going to say it again. If you're not feeling a song, why dance it? And number two, as you mentioned, if you don't know something or if you don't understand something, it will be best to do your own research. And once you have an understanding of the nature of the dance, then you will be able to dance it and have a great time, and not having that feeling that the guy was referring to.
Okay. Sensation. Yeah. I think we need to get a little musical break in here so we can.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So we about to drop some more.
Sensation.
So who's doing the music right now?
No, I got Steph Love. Shout out to Steph Love. That's my brother, NWG brother.
Okay.
We've been boys since I want to say 12 years old, and 5 years now. So we've been riding strong. Yo, Steph, play that, bro.
We'll be right back.